Hey everybody, this is First Coast Stinger. Wanted to give everybody a driver's view perspective of the GT2 3.3 liter Kia Stinger. This is the 2018. So from the driver's perspective, we'll go ahead and turn it on. Get a nice little system check. Right, so your control for the sunroof is here, and it takes a little bit. It doesn't go all the way back. I was kind of surprised that it doesn't go any further, but it runs into the shark fin on the roof there. So your navigation system is pretty intuitive. You can see I've got a little over 8,000 miles on this. Automatic for the lights. I really like that they are they'll go into the curves there. They adjust as you make your turns. Here we've got the AC system. I'm gonna go ahead and turn that on here in Florida. Your cruise control, you're able to adjust your distance to the car in front of you. That's really handy. Just trying to give you guys a view of what it's like in the cockpit here. You've got two USB cables or plug-ins. So if you want to connect to Android Auto or the Apple CarPlay, you can do that right there. As far as the drive mode, it's an interesting little button down here. You can go ahead and turn it and you go into eco mode. Smart, which I actually really enjoy smart mode so that it can be fuel efficient eco while you're cruising along. It'll automatically go into comfort mode when you're on cruise control. If you're giving it some gas, it is very noticeable the difference in sport mode and custom. You can play around with and make your own custom mode, obviously. The menu button here will scroll, right? And then so you can get the your oil temp, your torque, your boost, if you're doing laps, and it actually has a G-force meter. It's pretty tough to pay attention to the G-force meter if you actually have G-forces going on, but it's kind of fun that it's there. As you can see, my fuel economy is a little bit low. I've been getting on the gas, having some fun with it here recently. It's got the trip calculator, mile per gallon timer, second trip calculator, your actual speed. If you just want to have a digital speedometer showing up there, that you've got it, and what mode you're in. So it actually changes the color of the display based on what mode you're in. So in sport, that's going to be all red. Comfort, that's going to be all white. Right, so that kind of look cool in custom mode. I like that. All right, you've got your compass and a lane keep assist view. Right, it actually pays attention to. I've got to look more into this, but the attention level. It will monitor the driver and will rate your attention level. If your attention level goes low, it'll ask if you need to stop for a cup of coffee. It's kind of fun. And your tire pressure. Oh, let's see what my tire pressure is. Oh. All right, heads up display. See, we can see that. All right, so right now I'm just parked. But one thing with the heads-up display is that it does not work with polarized glasses. So if you have polarized sunglasses, you're going to need to get yourself a new pair of driving glasses. But I liked how adjustable the heads-up display is. So you can actually turn the heads-up display off if you like, but then you can adjust the height and rotation. I'm not sure why anybody would adjust the rotation of the heads-up display, but you can if you want to turn it. The brightness, I've adjusted that a few times. And actually the height, it's funny, sometimes the height of the heads-up display has been changing, it seems like on its own. So I like the height of the display to be pretty low, and it seems to creep up on me. Not sure why that's happening, but minor thing. Let's see, so rotation, brightness, content selection. So if you want to have your turn-by-turn on and lane safety information, blind spot information, I actually really like having the blind spot monitor on the heads-up display. I'm sure some guys would want to turn that off though. Let's see, driver assistance, your lights. This is another fun one. So you can actually adjust when you go to put your turn signal on. You can adjust how many times it flashes when you do one of those quick little just touch of the turn signal. So I'm not sure why that's adjustable, but that's something you can adjust. If you want it to be more than 3, go ahead and change that. The brightness of the ambient light, as I'm doing this video, you can't really see the ambient light in the car. It's a little too bright for that, but you can adjust all the ambient light, which is the well, I'll show you the colors here in a second. So lights, ambient light color. So the ambient light, there's a little light bar that goes across the dash, and then it's in the doors and by your feet as well. And so with my red interior, I keep that on red, but if I want to change that and have a violet interior or blue, green, yellow, you can change that lighting to whatever mood you're in, I guess. I like it. Park assist volume, welcome sound. Let's go ahead and turn that on. I kind of like that. You can adjust your service interval. So if you want to do your oil changes every 5,000 miles, you can go ahead and make those changes and reset. As far as the system here, the navigation's pretty intuitive. You can go ahead and put in what here's just put in your places, enter the name of the place you want to go, and it finds most things. In the menu here as well for the we'll do setup, your sound menu. So just hitting the center button will center everything. Once in a while, I've had that creep to the back. I'm not sure why that changes. It's a minor thing again, but has adjusted on its own. The tone, I keep the bass on a little high, but if you get in the car and you want to center that out, just hit the center button. A lot of people miss the bottom part of this menu. As you scroll down, you can do your advanced, and you want to hit your clarify, and so you can adjust your sound mode. So the on stage mode is a surround sound experience that puts listeners on stage with their favorite artists, placing individual instruments, so on and so forth. Audience mode, intimate concert experience. So you can the sound system is really nice. You can adjust exactly how you want to hear your music. Again, you can adjust if you want your navigation volume to use map screen volume buttons, or use map screen volume buttons or volume knob, right? So if you want to be able to change your volume through the volume knob, which I do, I like that when that comes up. If I want to silence it, I can just go ahead and use the volume knob to make that change. giving you guys a view. So when you connect your Android Auto, your Apple CarPlay, that'll show up right there. Comes with Sirius installed, and you can go ahead and set your favorite channels. Right? Wow. Allows for 40 preset channels. I think that's a little much. Most people, I'm guessing, don't use quite that many, but it's great that it's available. Right, and so you can also connect by Bluetooth. All right, so I think that's going to do it for this video. Just wanted to give you a view of what it looks like on the inside from the cockpit view, what's all at your fingertips. I know I have heard some people say that this is a little bit far away, a bit of a reach to get to the touchscreen, and there's not. I've had vehicles where there's a control knob down here. I keep wanting to grab this control knob to try and control the radio, but I've gotten used to it pretty quick. I don't think this is too far of a reach to be able to connect to your radio right there and do your navigation. You know, it's pretty easy. Oh, one other piece. Your mirrors, you can, when you're going through a car wash, if you go through a drive-through car wash, I do mostly hand washes, but if you do, you can go ahead and hit the button to fold your mirror in, and hit the button to fold it back out, and then you can also keep it permanently folded out or open. So normally when you hit the lock button, it's going to fold those in so that it protects the mirrors, but you can hit the button here to keep it out all the time. Not sure why anybody would really mess with that, but again, Kia has given us the option. Hope you enjoyed.